a long time. The record, mash up the place.
Monkey, you not able to take care of Babu Nebo. You not able to bust the rata Babu Nebo. Oh soldier, monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey. Oh soldier, monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Once upon the time, in the jungle, there lay so many animals and so many trees. During the day, there were no restriction. Anytime, any day, anyone used to corrupt and go stay free in the jungle, yeah. After they realized that everything was good, I said everyone were only after the food. Majority of the people went beyond baboon, and few people went beyond monkey. The headers of the time made a big mistake. After election, the winner made a selection. So the citizen of the jungle was unsatisfied, so they decided to send another caretaker. Who loves, who care, who has the ability taking care of the monkey. You not able to take care of Babu Nebo. You not able to bust the rata Babu Nebo. Oh soldier, monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey. Oh soldier, monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey chop. Monkey cannot get tired.
Say monkey chop
yo. Monkey cannot get tired.
Monkey chop.
Monkey cannot get tired. Monkey chop yo. Monkey cannot get tired.
Keeping banana and the chopun. Stealing is a error. Corruption is a error.
Monkey cannot get tired.
Hey, we wanna live life. That's to live a good life. We wanna live life. That's to live a better life. We wanna live life. That's to live a better life. We wanna live life. That's to live a better life. We wanna live life. That's to live a better life.
You not able to take care of Babu Nebo. You not able to bust the rata Babu Nebo. Oh soldier, monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey. Oh soldier, monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you.
Bible storm, monkey listen. You give it right, it can practice. Bible storm, monkey listen. You give it stick, it can break it. We do your long time at Buddha, Mr. Monkey was very wicked. The way you see it with your apple, then you know that love is wicked. Monkey see apple, they pick it. Banana and plum, they take it. All the cuckoo food in a pocket. It went give it something lick it. Monkey drop it, and drop it. Nana, only baboon can stop it. Monkey drop it, and drop it. Nana, only baboon can stop it. It's for all African monkeys. All I want for them to rip it. Monkeys jump from tree to tree, hustle hustle. It ready gets it. Monkeys jump from tree to tree, hustle hustle. When I it ready gets it. Two back when monkey we catch it. That one it will not be easy. How you read, my people? I say it wicked. How you read, my people? I say it
Monkey, you not able to take care of Babu Nebo. You not able to bust the rata Babu Nebo. Oh soldier, monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Soldier, monkey calm down. Oh monkey calm down. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey calm down to you. Monkey. Oh soldier, monkey come down, Tio, monkey come down, Tio, monkey come down, Tio. Don't jam a monkey say that away home. Don't small monkey say away home. On top of monkey say away home. Oh monkey say that away home. Away home. Away home. Away home. Away home. Let me know. Away home. Away home. Away home. My people ya. Away home. Away home. I'm sorry ya. Away home. No. Mampuru kopana. Away home. Ah. Mampuru kopana.
Yeah, gonna whore. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to VOSD. Brand new edition of the show coming your way this morning from my end and afternoon, wherever you are, evening. Let me see what's going on here. Let me follow some stuff that I want to do before I get the show on the way for you. How are you? How are you? Good morning. Let me test my sound here for you. How are you? How are you? All right. Sound seems to be wonderful. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you may find yourself, listening to Voices Sinoe in the Diaspora, Sinoe County Premier Platform. As usual, we are coming to you live from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania, and these United States of America. Let me see the comments that are trending so far. So good. Do not just watch the show. Please share the live feed for us. You can also follow us on YouTube. Madison Freeman is the name on YouTube. And make sure to subscribe when you go to YouTube. Don't just go there and watch. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. All right, let me see some of the comments that are trending right now. I'm watching you from Packer Paint community. Okay, how you doing? Walla? Is that Walla? Okay. Austin, sorry if I don't call your name right. Mr. Soa, good morning. How you doing? VP, Sunshine State, how are you? Good morning. My Pekin, Shiki Tote, political Tote, youth leader. Yeah, I gotta drink a cup of hot coffee before I can go with that whole sentence. But anyway, welcome. A brand new edition of the platform, Sinoe County Premier Platform, situated here in the state of William Penn, Pennsylvania. And we are glad to be here to have another fascinating conversation to keep you abreast of developments, both in Sinoe County, Liberia, if you like /Liberia, and then these United States. All right, so let's get the show on the way here. We're going to be rapid. We got other things to do for the day, and so we're just going to get straight into it. Again, don't hesitate to share the show for us. We will highly appreciate you for doing that. Subscribe to our YouTube page as well. Yes, Madison Freeman again is my name on YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, let's get to some little things that I want to do when I get on the show here. Let's do some happy birthday greetings, and including anniversaries. All right, so when I'm away, I follow people that celebrated their big days. And so when I come on the platform, we just at least start the show that way to celebrate, because I'm the voice of the people, Sinoe County. And so when you are doing that, which is right, I should be with you. I shouldn't be here only to whip you morally when you go wrong. I should also be with you and in good times. All right, so we want to do a shout out first to a few persons that celebrated a birthday. So let me start with anniversary first before I go to birthdays. All right, so let's do it this way. All right, so Mr. Kama and his wife, Mr. Kama, they said, what's the last name? I think Kama, yeah. Niwele. Mr. Kama is a beautiful wife. They celebrated a wedding anniversary. I don't know whether it's the 5th, the 10th, it's the 11th, but I saw that they celebrated a wedding anniversary, so I just want to do a shout out to them. We wish you many happy returns and wedding anniversaries. Speculatively, we have been hearing that Mr. Niwele will be the president. Something is cooking up right now in Syracuse, in the New York area. So USA New York chapter is in the making. And so I'm going to conceal the details of the information right now. But speculatively, we are told that Mr. Kamal wants to be the first president of USAA New York chapter. You know, so the couple, the first lady there, a potential first lady for that chapter. We want to say, enjoy your anniversary. Wish you many more. And this is how you do it. If you are a leader, you set good examples, if you like. All right, so Mr. Kamal, we wish you many more years. In the institution, let me see another couple that I want to do a shout out to here on the show this morning. I hope I don't make that blunder. I have the picture up here. I don't know how that happened. I hate to do that. I mean, when I get here, I just want to get everything prepared, boom, 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 and get out. Yeah, so yeah, I want to get that picture up there quick. Since we are done with Mr. Kamal and his beautiful wife. Let me just add the other picture that I want, the other couple that I want to do a shout out to. And I will be right there. I want to get the wedding people out of the way first. And we will go into other things. I don't know how I didn't get the picture in here. I saw the picture. It's a wonderful, wonderful couple as well. Let's see here. Which one I should put here? The brilliant, beautiful picture here. All right, let me do this. All right, it's coming up there. Boom, it's in already. It's fast. It's very fast. So let me do a shout out quickly to this great couple as well. All right, so there's Winnie Massaquin and Jerry Massaquin. You know, they are great members of our union. Jerry is the chairman on grievances committee, ethics and grievance committee, I think something of that nature. And Madam Winnie Massaquin is the Minister of Health for the union. And so the both of them, they also celebrated a wedding anniversary. And so we want to do a special shout out to the couple. You are great people. Jerry Massaquin is a wonderful guy. And I like to engage him because he is intellectually stimulating. Yeah, he's a very good thinker. And so I like people like that to be around, to provoke the people to ask provocative questions. I was told by my professor, if you want your teacher, if you want a teacher to like you, ask questions. So I learned that, and I tend to ask people that are knowledgeable. I ask them questions. All right. And so we want to say a happy wedding anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. Masakwe. We wish you many more happy returns. Now, before I go to the next group, the group of people that I want to do a shout out to, we also want to say congratulations to the Minister of Health, Winnie Masakwe. She also recently passed her RN test. The state board, basically. The woman scored data on her thing. She went there in just 5 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. She's done with that thing. Yeah. So we have all these intelligent ladies, and as well as the men. And so winning is a huge inspiration to a lot of us. A lot of us that want to give all these different excuses. Oh, I got a lot of things to do. I got all these bills sinking on my neck. I got all these different. They'll get all the excuses in the world, but winning has proven. Those naysayers, those complainers, she proved everybody wrong. It can be in the struggle and still make it. And so when he just graduated, she graduated and then took the state board. She passed it successfully. She already practicing. She got LPM, and then she did not stop there. She went for RN. So that's great. So that's why the union is entitled. We have the relevant people in the relevant capacities to do stuff for our people in Sinoe County. We are not just giving people positions because the person is my family member, it's because the person is my friend, because the person ran campaign. No, we give people a position, or should I say the president nominate people. She nominates people based on your capability, based on your experience, your acumen, your ability to perform the work. And so you have the relevant experience and qualification. She had a lot of people that are competing for these positions. All right, so we want to say congratulations to our Minister of Health, and we wish you many more. We're looking up to the PhD. I asked her yesterday, I went to the career. I said, when you starting the PhD? She said, pretty soon. All right. So the ladies are competing, one men to step up to the plate. Our sister Palia, the other time, she got a PhD as well in nursing. She's a nurse practitioner. And so the ladies are doing some great job, which I think it makes me happy. Historically, our women, the society is structured such that women are relegated to the kitchen. But we want to change that now. We want to make sure that they become active participants on the table of decision making. So the national president, USA, Madam Frances Clamaya, you also got BSN, sooner rather than later, you get the breaking news, some preparation on the ground right now. So we can see all the information for now. But let's get to something else here. That's Masakwe, his wife. We want to say happy birthday. Let you say, a happy wedding anniversary to you. I want to start this with also do a shout out to our Elder John Blah, celebrated his birth anniversary. So Elder, we want to say happy birthday to you. We wish you many more happy returns and the best life has to offer. Reverend John Blah, he gets my admiration. He gets my respect because he stands for something. Reverend Blah will, if something goes wrong, he will take a stand. He will make frantic effort to resolve the issue. But when he puts in all his best, all he could do, and then you want to still straw the process, you want to remain adamant, you want to remain you want to just stop everything, the elder takes a position. And so let me just give you a little bit of the decision making, the reason I love the elder. At one point, our union was in turmoil, and the board tried, the kowtowed, they bent down basically to the executive at the time just for the union to remain in whole, or the organization. So whatever proposal the executive presents, the board will accept it and say, okay, in the interest of the people, we will take your proposal. But then the executive kept pushing and pushing and pushing to the point where their proposals became irrational. And so the board, given that she has a fiduciary responsibility, and so she said, we have to straighten up our bike, and we are not going to allow the president to cross this red line of the people. And so the board did what they could to keep the union together, but yet the president was unreasonable at the time. And so as a result, the elders, they came in to quell the confusion that was going on at the time. But then the president thought he was above the people. You know, he had this delusional mindset that he was above everybody else. He sees himself as a totalitarian, a dictator, an autocrat. You know, so as a consequence, the elders in the land are the next to the ancestors. And so the elder intervened, and to no avail. I followed that audio. I followed the meeting very well. And the president at the time was on the teleconference and saying he is not going to listen to the elders. As a matter of fact, it came a time where the elders, they scheduled a meeting the very day the elders were on the teleconference, and the guy called and said they are not coming for the meeting. And that's how much the guy disrespected the elders. So Reverend Glad, he got my respect, because when he made that effort and the guy breached the decision of the General Assembly, he said, you know what, I'm going to Florida to make sure that the decision of the General Assembly from North Dakota is kept, is honored. And so he went to Florida. That's what they call men. When young boy, when Sapo men say young boy, you are not scared. You are not 24 hours, jittering and oh, I don't want flower to come. But you did your best. And that's what the Stoicism would say, the Stoic philosophers would say, if you put in your best, and say, for example, a child was in the house, and the house is on fire, and you did what you could to rescue that child, or whatever the person did, whatever the child, human being, or other person, your dog, and you put in all your best, and you didn't do what, you didn't get the person rescued, the story would say there's no need to grieve because you did your best. All right? And so Reverend Blad did his best for the community, for our organization to remain whole. But our brother at the time, our brothers and sisters, they had their own agenda. So the elders say, I got to be on the side of the union. So I respect Reverend Blad for that. All right. So let me do another shout out here. This is a B1, the political emancipator of the people of Sinoe County, and by extension, Liberian, Honorable Matthew Zarza is also celebrating his birthday today. So we want to say happy birthday to the lawmaker. We have at least, like 5 clones or photocopies of Honorable Zaza. Liberia would be one of the most developed country in the world. But if you are only one person in the midst of an avalanche of corrupt people, things don't go through easily. If we have more of Zarza, that is the man that is fighting corruption, is given that the corruption, that is endemic, is permeated every fabric of our society. If we have had more of Honorable Zaza, Sinoe County, Liberia will be one of the greatest countries on planet Earth. But unfortunately, he is in a minority. But anyhow, Mr. Zaza is celebrating his birthday today. So, Honorable Zaza, we want to say happy birthday to you on behalf of Voices Sinoe. On behalf of the Office of the National President and the Board of Directors of the USA and the Sapo Nation as a whole, as the spokesperson for the elders and the ancestors, who want to say, may the blessings of the ancestor be with you. May they preserve you so that you will continue to help humanity because you are a humanitarian. Many more happy returns, sir. We also want to do a shout out to Zaza Jr. It's a coincidence of birth. The two of them, they born the same day, the 21st of November. So today is the birthday of Tape Zaza, Honorable Zaza Jr. So Tape Zaza is also celebrating his birthday today. So I want to say happy birthday to Tape Christopher Zaza. Elder Zaza, wish you many more happy returns as well. He's a man of God. Recently, he launched his charity organization in Liberia. Some Jesus Christ something. I can't remember the whole name. Yeah, but he just opened a charity organization in Liberia helping the unfortunate in Liberia. And so, Chris, we want to say happy birthday to you. Wish you many more happy returns as well. All right, this is the Honorable Lawmaker here again, Honorable Zaza. I want to also do a shout out to my brother here. He's Nelson Gay. Nelson Gay also celebrated his birthday. Very decent guy. He's right here in Philadelphia. So yeah, Nelson, want to say happy birthday to you. Wish you many more years as well. He's a great guy. And I also want to do a shout out to the Vice President of USA Florida's chapter, Sunshine State, Sis Media Teahjay, also celebrated her birthday. And so, Helena, we want to say happy birthday to you. She's a wonderful, fantastic lady. So yeah, because of people like this, we have the organization is still alive. And she truly committed to the cause of the organization. And so, Madam VP, wish you many more years and the best life has to provide. We also want to do a shout out to Nina Kuya. Nina Kuya also celebrated, I think she's celebrating her birthday today. And so, Nina, I want to say happy birthday to you. She is a member of USA North Dakota chapter. Yes, I mean, they're doing great. They're working with Otello Colo in North Dakota to sustain a chapter. And the only disagreement I have with her, she is the staunch sedition, and which is fine. We can disagree to agree, So, yeah, they are supporting the anti-poor agenda, which is called the pro-poor agenda. But hey, we all have to take a position. But Nina, I want to say happy birthday to you. I wish you many more years. I also want to do the dynamic warrior, the Magisto Zaza. The Sinoe County will have all the people. We got the intellectuals, we have the philosophers, we have the politicians, we have the engineers, different professionals from Sinoe County. But Magisto Zaza is a professional pugilist. He's a boxer, here in the United States. And so he also celebrated his birthday. He's doing great. The man is, he got that magic fixed. The one time we had a conversation, and I said, man, I want for you. He said, no, my hands are insured. So meaning that the man's hands are weapon. So they can, when he hits you, you're done. So, but you got a man, a dynamic warrior. Want to say, Magisto, I wish you the best. I want to see you to be the best boxer in the world, not only in the United States, but in the world. And he has been doing a great job knocking people out. That's the irony. They say no violence, but they can put people in the ring to punch each other. But that's the nature of life. Had different facets. But Magisto, want to say again, happy birthday to you. Wish you many more years. We also want to do a shout out to the president of USA, Iowa chapter of that's Franklin Waddle. Franklin Waddle also celebrated his birthday. And we want to say shout out a happy birthday to the great man keeping our chapter over there. We also want to do a shout out to another another great man here, young son of Sinoe County, Sheki Tote, a young son of Sinoe County in Liberia. So Tote, we want to say happy birthday to you as well. Today he's celebrating the birthday, and we wish you well, young man. Do what you guys can do, because the liberation of Sinoe County is, we can't hope on the old people. I'm not trying to play this generational card that people are playing, but each generation has to play its part or its role in a historical development of the country. So, Tote, you guys got to make the right decision. You have to look at the history of the politicians and see what they are doing. Because if the man history contradicts his present or vice versa, then of course it's not for you. All right. Tote, we want to say happy birthday. We want to say also a shout out to Honorable Harrison Jabba. Also celebrated his birthday, and we want to say happy birthday to the great man. One time, I think the president of Sinoe County Association in the Americas, he serves in different capacity. And so, Honorable, we want to say happy birthday to you, and we wish you many more years. I mean, he can be blogging a lot on Yetuzon. I love to read his composition. He's a good writer. Yeah, even though I don't agree with the Christianity that he is propounding, I think you should be giving us Afrocentric education. Let us, our children that don't know who we are, to know themselves, instead of just preaching the Eurocentrism 24/7. Oh, Jesus and the Holy Spirit and those things. We want to know what the ancestors did, what their philosophy is, what is their outlook on life. Know yourself. And that's what Socrates said, know thyself. Even though Socrates copied that from the Egyptian, but know, so you teach our children who they are, to know themselves, instead of just preaching them one Bible over and over that hasn't done anything for us. Know yourself, and then you will make the right decision for yourself. Know your values. All right. So, but I want to say happy birthday to the honorable man. Man, this is the big one. The National Vice President of the United Support Association deliberately made him the last man. Mr. William Manning celebrated his birthday. Mr. Manning is one of the peaceful men that I've ever met. He is so calm. He is so, he's a very decent man, down to earth. Whether you agree with him or not, he's not one of those people who is cantankerous, who is angry and waiting to fight. When you say stuff to him, say, okay, that, it's okay. You leave the man alone. He's always good. Someone will have more of Mr. William Manning, will have a decent country, will have a decent organization, will have a decent community. But I am happy to know this great man, the second man to President Francis Clark Myers. In the midst of turmoil, these people were able to keep the union together, especially when we went to Florida. The union was in serious problem. And then due to the vision of this man and President Myers, the union has been revitalized. And the people are coming every day, they're calling, they want to come on board, how they can become member, because of some of the programs that the Myers Manning team, they are instituted. Scholarship for our children back home. Trying right now, they are trying to build a modern a medical facility in Liberia for our people. These are the things we need. We don't need nursery quarter. No, that's not what we need. We need hospitals. We need our children to be intellectually up to the task, and so that they can compete with other citizens in the country and beyond. So this is the kind of vision I want. Academic empowerment of the people, medical empowerment of the people. And different things. Those are the key things. When you look at countries that are competing in the world, you should be able to take care of your citizen health-wise. So these two people, Madam Myers and Mr. Manning, they are looking at the critical things that we need for our community, for our organization, for the county to be great. So the 3 pillars: agriculture, healthcare, and the education. So they are tackling 2 pillars right now. The education and the healthcare pillar of the organization's agenda. So it's a good thing. That's what we need. So, Mr. Vice President, Mr. William Manning, I want to say happy birthday to you. Wish you many more years and the best life has to provide. All right, those are the shout out I have for us. If you're out there celebrating your birthday, we want to say happy birthday to you. Couldn't put everybody here. It will be all day because I have to go to other things. So I got other major thing on the agenda here to talk about. And please share the show for us. We have a wonderful show. Let me depopulate. Let me take some of these pictures. People that I've already talked about. So that I can bring the next things here and other things that we want to talk about today on the show. All right. Let's see. Let me get this down. All right. So what you do, I will take a quick commercial break. I will be right back with the first major topic.
If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love.
L'argent est fini, ma bébé, là où est fao. L'argent est fini, ma bébé, là où est fao. Quand on a de la boue, où est fao. Go, my baby, la où est faux. I let you power. I can never leave you on the highway. You my baby. As I do, on se sit vous. On se sit vous.
If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love. If I show you love, you show me love. Love, 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 like love.
Photo, I want a photo. I will not get you photo. I will not get you photo. Photo, I'm not get photo. I want a photo, let me take a photo.
All right, I'm going to take a photo. Welcome back to VOSD. With ESOTERIC here, coming to you from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania, and these United States of America. Now, we want to quickly remind you here, give you a quick reminder of one of the major program that is one of the major programs that is coming up here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, that you must be part of. You have to be part of this program. It's a major one. Let me see. I want to change that. All right. So this is the major program that is coming up. It's scheduled for from the 10th to the 12th, I think. Yeah. So you see the flyer here. On the flyer, you have all the details that you need. So it's the inauguration of the Delaware Valley chapter leadership, headed by Miss Toba. They will be inaugurated. So the inaugural day is actually the 10th. But on the 9th, we meet and greet, and we want to encourage all and sundry to be part of this major program. Be part of it because it will be a wonderful program. A lot of people are coming from all over the globe, from other states within all the 50 states in the U.S. The people will be here, including the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. area. So be part. It's going to be a wonderful one. I mean, I don't know how to describe this program, but Mr. Toba and the team, Mr. Toba is a visionary leader. He has served at the national level before. By national, I mean the the Republic of Liberia. He was CRD officer of the executive mansion in Liberia. So the man knows leadership. You know, it like in America here, when you are FBI officer, you working with presidential security, you know, so that's a man with knowledge. And he has contacted a lot of high class people, you know, some of the people that used to work with previous governments in Liberia and also Liberia. You know, he created a huge network. You know, so people will be coming from all over the place. He's a great orator, very sociable. He's very friendly man. And so because of him, a lot of people will be coming. Besides that, the vice president is a minister. You know, it's a minister of the gospel. You know, so she preaches at the church they call Refuge Baptist Church. And that church has over 5,000 members. Imagine one of the preachers from that church is the vice president. So that tells you that the number of people that will be coming is great. She's not only a preacher, she is a movie producer. And so she has support all over the place. These people will be coming. She's not only a movie producer, she is also like event planner. And if you have program, you want somebody to design the hall and those things. She has she's multi-talented. And so because of the connection she has, people will be coming from all over the place. So this program, the Secretary General Osiris Yahweh, great guy. He's well known in Philadelphia. He's well known in the community. He got a bunch of friends. That program will be inundated with high class and low class. I don't want to say low class. Nobody's low class. You know, but people will be coming from all over the place to come and support. The installing officer, imagine the president of the Liberian Association of Pennsylvania, President Siande Kofan, will be installing the officers. So that tells you the caliber of people that will be at this program. Okay, come on. Levi McCarvin, this the chief launcher. So all the young people here. You see, talking about Prince, let's just say Richmond, who is the guest speaker. These are the people that are running the community here. And so this program will be very, very well attended. You have to be part of it. You got Tito Markin, is the one of the hottest MC here in the tri-state region. You can't miss the program. All the young girls and young boys and the papi and the Oma, everybody will be coming up. All right, the children. So if you go to different program, you'll be wasting your time. This is the program to be. If you are not a member, it's just $20 for admission. You have everything there. The drinks will be there free. The food will be there free. You have some. If you are single, you won't get free. Number two, the numbers will be there. You know, so for that $20, you get a lot of things from this program. And best of all, you will be helping somebody who is economically unfortunate, people that are in poverty, because that's what the organization is for. It helps those that at the economic lower ebb of the economic ladder. You know, so you'll be doing that. $20 will go to a worthy cause. All right, so come and support. All right, that's the program that the DJ Tony is one of the best DJs around here. All right, just wanted to give you that information so you can miss it. Yeah, that's something you got to keep. So now this one, I will be right back with this is the breaking news from Liberia, and I will be right back to share the breaking news with you. All right, let's see here. Let me go to the breaking news section. I'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome to Voice of Sinoe. Okay, the breaking news we are getting from Liberia. It says Milton Teahjay caught in power larceny. Milton Teahjay, the senator of Sinoe County, the senator of Liberia, has been caught again in another immoral act. is something that is unsenatorial, that should not be of a leader. The senator of my county is now in the news, not for good thing. The senator is always in the news for bad, terrible things. So now the man left. He started stealing from taking people land to taking people rubber to seizing, from land to taking people jobs from them to money to cars, and now the man is now stealing power. All right. Milton Teahjay is 24/7 disgracing we, the people of Sinoe County. 24/7. The election of Milton Teahjay is the greatest mistake. No, let me not say mistake. It's the biggest blunder that the people of Sinoe County had ever made. To have elected Milton Teahjay, given his history. Because Milton Teahjay track record, it has been nothing but immorality, but terrible things. Milton Teahjay fought not for the people of Sinoe County, the people that he represents do not have access to employment opportunity. The man fought for the students of Sinoe County to be removed from scholarship. Milton Teahjay fought for the citizens of Teahjay, where he is from, for the 6 of them to be removed from payroll. Milton Teahjay fought and looted from the people of Sinoe County nearly $4 million United States dollars. Milton Teahjay fought and set a district in his county. The districts in his county that are legitimate, that are legal. Milton Teahjay called those districts bogus. They are fake. Just because he wants to suppress the people of Sinoe County. Just the same way he suppressed the people of Sinoe or the people of Liberia together with Charles Taylor. And consequently, they murdered 250,000 people. This record, the record of this man is all over the place. When Milton Teahjay was nominated by the warlord Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and I call warlord because she supported the war. She admitted that when you follow her testimony, when you read her book, she financed the wars. Charles Taylor himself, during his court hearing, he said the MPFL were formed by Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and him, and I think 3 persons. He named. So Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is a warlord, and she appointed Milton Teahjay. When she did that, the people of Sinoe County holistically, they said unanimously, they said they never wanted Milton Teahjay. But you know, she has to. They are warlords. They love to suppress the people, and so she forced Milton Teahjay on the people. Milton Teahjay in 2022, after stealing Patricia Flomo car, this young lady car, and he's on tape and said, "I will not get a woman car back to her." After taking Ophelia Brown's land, and the court took the land from him. We continue to have this embarrassment in the Capitol building. The man is on tape and telling people corruption power. I get it. I can't deny it. I'm corrupt. But yet, the Liberian Senate does not have ethics committee to do the right thing. We urge the people of Sinoe County when Milton Teahjay was declared guilty for corruption to remove the man, agitate, just the same way the people of Burkina Faso, they chased Blaise Compaoré from out of power. Milton Teahjay is not in the Capitol building for your interests. He is in the Capitol building for his interests, for his corrupt interests. And guess what? The man represents us. And so whatever he does, it reflects on we, the people of Sinoe County. The man is not giving us good image. He damaging the people of the county with specific emphasis to the youth. And Milton is not tired. They say you can't teach old dog new tricks. No matter what you do, Milton Teahjay will not be a noble man. He will not be an honorable man. Because Liberian men, when we're in school, by then they say when chicken wet, it wet. There is no way, nothing you do to change it. Meaning that when somebody is corrupt, the person is corrupt. So we have Milton Teahjay. Nothing good in the news. Recently, he and Darius is fighting people and cussing people out. This is the disgrace we brought to ourselves. And it will take us to free the disgrace from ourselves. You know what Dr. Famule said one time in his book, Across the Landscape. I got a copy right here. I gave you a copy. It's a good read. This book right here. Across the Landscape. He said, the African people, they are their own liberators. And I agree with him. You don't need outsiders to come and free you. You, the people of Africa, you, the people of Liberia, you, the citizens of Sinoe County. The obligation is upon you, the responsibility is on you to free yourself from the tyrant, from the rebel tyrannical suppression to economic suppression of the people. Milton Teahjay has been changing gear from one thing to another thing. And he is a lawmaker. The man who makes law is breaking the law. But then we are keeping. So how do you expect outsiders, other countries, to take Liberia seriously when we have criminals in the Capitol building? How? Why do you expect people to respect you? When you have the key people in the country are engaged into criminalities. And so the people of Sinoe County are called upon you 2023 to free yourselves from the oppression that you put upon yourselves. If you want to remain in suppression, if you want to remain in humiliation, then of course you can elect Milton Teahjay again so that he will steal people cars, he will steal your development money, he will take people, hungry people from payroll. He would call districts in his county bogus. He would preach tribalism 24/7. When you vote in 2023, these are the things you have to think about. A man who will fire himself from the caucus, and then later you turn around and start begging. The man literally is cursing everybody in the county, in the country, once you disagree with him. But then the people of Sinoe County, I see some of them, they are campaigning for this man. You are campaigning for your own oppression? Are you campaigning for that? So let me play the recent video of Milton Teahjay stealing power. The man who stole Sinoe County $4 million. He can't afford to pay for electricity for his house. He has to steal to power his house. He has to do something illegal, even though he's a lawmaker. All right? That's how bad Liberia is right now. The lawmakers, the leaders are the criminals, not all of them. All right? And that's what the problem is. And so 2023, the people of Liberia, you either remain in your deplorable condition or you have the right to change that. It's totally up to you. So let me play this video so you can hear Milton Teahjay, what they are saying about Milton Teahjay being caught in power theft. in power larceny, stealing power. You get for with all that money, they get $30,000 that the man gets beside his paycheck. Milton Teahjay could not pay for, he can't use that to pay for power, to power his house. He has to steal. All right? That's how terrible it is for Liberia. We got Milton Teahjay there in parliament, and you expect the country to develop. You want the condition of the people to change. I mean, it's not a magic. People don't improve when you have things don't improve when you have bad people in power. The Bible is correct. You know what the Bible says? The people perish when the leaders they lack vision. And so when you have people like Milton Teahjay in power with no vision and you expect things to change, they will not change. All right? You need to change these terrible leaders, and then things will be okay for you. Other than that, you will remain while you are eating dry rice, or some of you don't even get dry rice to eat in the first place. Your children are going to those schools, they say the building, but they can't send their children there. So they send your children to these unserved schools, no quality in them. They send the building medical facilities, but when they are sick, when their family members are sick, they don't go there. They go somewhere else where they can get quality health care. So the way you present yourself to these people, that how they treat you, all right? So the 2023 is a wake-up call for you, particularly to the people of Sinoe County. If you don't free yourselves from Milton Teahjay, because you're the one who put Milton Teahjay on yourself, and for 9 years, the man cannot do something good for you. The only thing Milton Teahjay could think of that will improve your condition is to sponsor rebel, to steal from you, to deny your children access to education. I mean, the fighting 24/7 and on radio, COVID time, and the man is not thinking about how he can help the people. And he on radio and attacking people. A radio station in Sinoe County is called Radio Gigadi, where he preaches tribalism 24 and put tribal groups together so they can fight. To have Rwanda, they want him and Taylor Day is not enough. They want more bloodshed in the country. And so it's up to the people of Sinoe County. If you want to keep drinking dirty water and sleep in darkness while Milton Teahjay is still in power, to be comfortable, it's up to you. It is totally up to you. But I will continue to impress upon you to free yourself, because you were not born to be slaves for Milton Teahjay and others. No, you are not. That's why your mother and your father brought you here. You elect people so that they can do something for you, so that they can improve your condition, and not only their condition and their family members. That's why you elected the people. And so the very time Milton Teahjay was declared guilty, I told the people of Sinoe County, this is not a good image for you. This is not a good image. This is when you straighten out your back and go to the Capitol building and demand for the resignation of Milton Teahjay. Let a man leave your office. This is unacceptable anywhere around the world. Only in Liberia you can see this. A lawmaker will be declared guilty for corruption, and he is still in parliament. And he got audios and say corruption power, get it. I can't deny, I can steal 24 hours. Anything that I can steal, I put my hand on, I will steal it. And somebody will be pressing. And I said, these people are slaves in their minds. In their heads. They are sick people. You must be very sick to be President Milton Teahjay. Something must be wrong with you. And some of our children, they need serious psychological evaluation to be celebrating a man. Whereas when you look around the world, the people that free their countries, they are young people. Dr. King, then they were in their 30s when they were fighting for the liberation of their people. Kwame Nkrumah, even if you look in South Africa right now, Julius Malema is a young guy. They are fighting to free their people. But in Sinoe County, in Liberia, the very people that are corrupt to the core, those are the people they celebrate. And something must be wrong with Liberian man's mind, not all of us. And I will continue to the day the people of Sinoe County will remove Milton Teahjay from the Senate, That would be the day that I would say my people are waking up again. But you know, the data in the past, with respect to Honorable Zaza, they elected the man twice. So that shows that our people are going the right direction. All the people that Teahjay sponsored in the past, they were all beaten. So I still have hope in the people of Sinoe County. I know that they have sent a strong message to Milton Teahjay by rejecting all the people that he supported. And so it follows the reason that 2023, the man, you can say slaughter hall, right? The man is bringing himself to the democratic slaughter hall of the people. Because after denying the people children scholarship, after eating their development money, after taking people from payroll, taking people from jobs, employment, and those things, including elders, and you are coming to ask for their votes again, and you are on tape and bragging about how your God killed Nangwe Slaw and the other people, what they call the other young man. The other guy that was in Honorable Zaza's office. This guy is celebrating the death of people. It tells you that Milton Teahjay does not care for you. And we will continue to talk to you. What we are doing here, we don't hate the lawmakers. We don't hate our leaders. But we hate what they are doing to you. Because you can be in your 40s, in your 50s, and then you are bootlicking. You have to go and beg another man to put food on the table for your children. Because they refuse to open the country so that you can survive. Because when you are thriving, when you are prospering, you will not be begging them anymore. And so they will put all the scheme into place and put money in the budget for themselves. And while you are suffering, it's a call to you. If Milton Teahjay start right now in his fourth term, and he is stealing power and stealing money and stealing practically everything, go support in 2023 and see what he will do when he gets there. He gave you another free 9 years. For 9 years already, there is nothing he can reference. For 9 years. The loudest mouth man in the Liberian Senate, there is nothing Milton Teahjay can reference that we, the citizens of Sinoe County, that we, the people of Liberia, can be proud of. Nothing. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me play Milton Teahjay recent corruption. Stealing power. Stealing power. That's what he's doing right now. And making afford to pay for his own power. He got to steal. That's the man. Y'all support, y'all go. Let me see the people of Sinoe County. Y'all go support Milton 2023. You see what I'll do to you.
Okay, KMTV, Liberia Legislative Corporation Anti-Theft Disconnect several businesses and homes here in police economy.
You use our power illegally. So we'll get you a disconnection notice. Nobody coming here, you have to go and regularize your standards at People Road. You are going to People Road now.
Okay, so you see on the code here, several of the houses here are being disconnected. The anti-theft or the power theft team here are disconnecting. They are disconnecting several businesses and homes here for power theft. And this is in police.
All right, so there's something I want to point out. You see, the so-called security and the powers that be in Liberia, they tend to be very, very harsh on the little people, the so-called non-big shots in the country, right? But the rogues, the real criminals that it's supposed to go after, they don't go after them. When you follow the video, right now, you see the people in that store, They are on those innocent people over there that are struggling to survive. And the people, the pressure rising right now. But then they don't want to Milton Teahjay compound. I saw in this video the police took the young man and pushing him in the vehicle. And then the major criminal, Milton Teahjay, is there. They don't did anything to him. They're pushing young people, innocent people that are struggling to survive. Those are the people they can be harsh on. All right? That's the tragedy of Liberia. Look, our president is out of the country right now watching soccer. And when I was a little boy, I'm in my 40s right now in Liberia. That man on the pole, that same thing they used to put that iron stuff and climb on the tree and juke it on it. They're still doing that old school thing. No vision for the country. They can't afford to buy a machine to elevate the people, for the people to get inside. They have to climb on the tree like that. Now, how terrible the people think in the country. The LEC, they can't afford the people still climbing on LIPO like that. You're talking about 2022. And so that's how visionless the people you have in power they are. They don't put the resources where they're supposed to go. They can't afford to get, vehicles and utility vehicles for the LEC and what have you. People are still climbing on poles. That's how horrible is it in our country.
Academy, police academy is soon from the Pinzo town hall. Just a soon and this part of the academy is very close. It's very close to the police training barrack, the police academy training barrack. And this is the business here. This at the Lagos store where you got the building materials being cut. So this is another pool here. You got the LCT here disconnecting. They're disconnecting again from this other side. Several of them have been disconnected for power theft, and this is in police academy, not too far from the police training barrack here in police academy. You see again that there's another pole, and that pole is as far as that end. Let's move very closer. Move very closer to him. Yeah, this is a power theft operation, and the operation right here. Okay. Power theft. Yeah. So he's disconnecting the buildings as well as some of the businesses that are connected to this power theft issue. Of this. So you see.
Yeah, so Liberia, the people connect, they want people to be in darkness, but they're not creating jobs, opportunity for the people. The people are struggling, but then they're terrorizing the people, the poor people. Yeah, that's what they do. In the 21st century, and people still climbing on poles, they're cutting wires. In America, you see the people, then they just press button, your power gone if you don't pay your bill, But in Liberia, the people go and cut wires and climb on trees and pressurize and terrorize people all over the place. That's what they do. That country is old school. The guys are not thinking. People that are in power, listen. I want to see Milton Teahjay. Listen, Milton, they come and talk about him.
He there. He's disconnecting with no mercy. He's disconnecting. Okay, that's a clear glance. And this is in police academy, one of the highly dense, densely populated community in Monserrato or in Pinsville. So this disconnection comes amidst the anti-power theft team being reactivated and headed by Director General of the General Services Agency, Madam Mary Brough. Okay, Madam Mary Brough is heading this delegation, and that's it. So when you are disconnected, you are given a fine, and that fine is of $50. You are to pay that money into the LEC account, and thereafter you regularize your status.
The question is, what do they do with the money? That's the problem. It's not. It's one thing for the people to pay the money, but another thing, what are the government officials? What are they doing with the money? You find out they eat the money. They find the poor people. They pressurize them. They terrorize them. Then at the end of the day, they eat the money. And then when somebody eats the money, a big government official, nobody held accountable, but they are only there to exploit the people, to pressurize the people. Everybody should be held accountable, and not just the little man. You go, you call the power line, you find the person $50. What do you do with the $50? What do you do with it? The COVID $25, $75 we pay at the airport, people put the money in their pockets. No accountability. So they collect all this money from the people, and then a few individuals be shots in government. They eat the money, and nobody goes after them, but they go after the little people in the country.
You'll be given a new meter, and that new meter will be assigned to your house. You can only get a meter except you pay. And this pole is right before his house. Be taken to. So when you are disconnected, you are given a fine, and that fine is of $50. You are to pay that money into the LEC account, and thereafter you regularize your status. You'll be given a new meter, and that new meter will be assigned to your house. You can only get a meter except you pay, and when you refuse to pay, as you've been told, you will be taken to jail. Once you refuse to pay, you'll be taken to jail. So and this building, this pole is connected to Sinoe County Senator Milton.
All right, Sinoe County Senator Milton Teahjay. I mentioned there, the pole is connected to Milton Teahjay, Milton Teahjay's house. And Milton Teahjay is not paying. But you don't see the security going in a compound to arrest that criminal and put the man in handcuffs and put in the vehicle? No, they're going after innocent people. The people that are not eating the country money. Those are the people that pressure. You see, that's the tragedy of Liberia. They go after the struggling people, the poor people, and those that are eating millions of dollars of the country resources, the money. No, they do nothing. They celebrate them. They celebrate criminal Milton Teahjay. That's what they do. They celebrate them. They listen to what they come and say about your senator.
Teahjay, this building, this green building belongs to Sinoe County Senator Milton Teahjay. This is the fence he lives in. And this pole is right before his house. Where you see the cream building, the DSTV ditch, with this fence is the fence that is connected, is guarding the Sinoe County. Wow. So hearing from the pole, he said this is a Zama operation. That is to tell you that Sinoe County Senator is allegedly benefiting on a power theft operation in Pinsville.
The man is benefiting from power theft, from power larceny, stealing. So this is the man that we have. The man is caught again in another criminal activity. Milton Teahjay. The man stealing power. The man gets $30,000 in the budget. He carries home not less than $40,000 monthly. With the other stealing you be doing on the side, this man cannot afford to pay for power. He has to steal. What is he doing with his money? When you go to Sinoe County, the county is a mess. He's not doing anything for the people. He will get on the radio and say, I built town hall. What are you doing with town hall in the day and age? Milton Teahjay got to go. He has to go. If you want to keep the man, it's totally up to you. But this man is a total embarrassment to you. It's a total embarrassment to the entire country. Man's the wrong man to make your leader. Listen to
Police Academy, Milton Teahjay, he's been caught red-handedly, allegedly.
This is the pool.
Let's move from this other side. So you see, the Sinoe County Senator Milton Teahjay was being caught on an alleged power theft operation. So Sinoe County Teahjay was being caught on an alleged power theft operation.
Come on this way. I say, bring our man outside. Sandy and Mary, bring our man. Come.
No, the man you're supposed to bring outside Milton Teahjay. It's not no poor people over there. You go and bring criminal Milton Teahjay outside. I mean, these are the things that made me angry. They go after the people that are struggling, the people that have been suppressed by the likes of Milton Teahjay. Those are the people they pressure. Those are the people they terrorize. You go after the criminal that's stealing from the people millions of dollars. This thing can make me angry. And this is the unjust society we have in Liberia. Yes. Milton Teahjay is not supposed to be around making law or laws, whatever. Even though he has to sponsor one bill, he's not supposed to be in your Capitol building. Go in that man compound, put handcuffs on him, put him at the back of the police vehicle. That's what you're supposed to do, and leave the innocent people alone. You didn't provide jobs for them, so they can take power to see, so they can sell their cold water, so they can eat and support their children too. You start terrorizing the innocent people. If you create the environment for the people to do something and when they are not, then it makes sense for you to do what you are doing. But the people you gave all the resources, they are stealing from you, but you are not going after them. You turn your back on Milton Teahjay, who is stealing power, who got $30,000 in the budget, who get $40,000 every month. I mean, stealing all the different resources in the country. You don't go after Milton Teahjay. Liberia is upside down. The people think upside down. Leave the innocent people alone. Go after Milton Teahjay who stole the people money. You start calling him honorable. And that's the problem I have with that country. The people want, the people you're pressurizing over there, their children are not going to schools outside the country. They want to put food on the table for their children by selling cold water. And you find the person $50. Okay, what are you doing with the $50? What will you do with it? It going in somebody's pocket. That's what they're going to do with it. But they turn their back on corrupt Milton Teahjay.
This gentleman is one of the culprits.
No, the real culprit is Milton Teahjay. Don't put that young man who's trying to survive. The real culprit is the criminal in the Capitol building that you call honorable. That's the real culprit. These are the things we do. We go, the people that are struggling, trying to make ends meet, and people that got millions of dollars, the country resources. Why you can't go for George Weah right now, who go sit down in Qatar where the people are suffering in the country? That's the problem with Liberia.
Take power even if you gave him the slightest chance. You've been using the electricity since January the last.
How long Milton Teahjay been using the electricity? How long? For how long? Have you done the investigation? Go after the powers that be and leave that innocent man alone.
Time he spent money was on January the 26th this year. Where are we? This November.
Where are we? Go ask Milton Teahjay, where are we? What are you doing? What are you doing with the money that you're stealing from the Liberian people and you can't pay for your own power? That's the question you're going to ask Milton Teahjay. And don't come go after that innocent man who tried to charge people from before he can survive.
End of November, this man are not paying a dime to the government of Liberia. He's been defrauding LEC.
How many times Milton Teahjay defrauded the Liberian people? How many times? How many times have Milton Teahjay stole for us? And what have you done about it? Nothing.
power, charging phones, doing all kinds of things, making money off the grid. So we are going to penalize him for what he's been doing.
Are you going to penalize Milton Teahjay as well? Or are you going to go after the innocent man? Are you going to penalize Milton Teahjay? Oh no, they will not. Milton Teahjay that big man. It's okay for Milton Teahjay to suppress the people, to steal. They will not penalize him. They're going after that poor man. That's what they're going to do.
Encourage others. If you are seeing power, go to Dubo Road, to the Baptist Street, and get regularized. Because when we come to your community,
go tell Milton Teahjay to get regularized. That's what he's supposed to do. Go to every government official house and make sure they are regularized. That's what he's supposed to start from first. And then the poor people. That's what they do. Suppress the people, suppress them, the millions of dollars. How much do people benefit from that stuff? That man charging you a little phone over there to get food on the table, to when you get children to send them to school. But the man they go after, they turn about Milton Teahjay.
We'll take all the lands that you will find it quite challenging to get reconnected. So we are informing all those. We're in the police academy area. We are here. We are going from one community to the next. If you know you are not regularized, please go to Dubo Road, Baptist Street, and get regularized. Thank you.
Sir, what will be the penalty?
Well, we have categories.
This identical person will be the
penalty. You will fall in the $50 category.
Okay. So that
they will charge that poor man $50 and then they put it in their pocket. How much are you going to charge Milton Teahjay? Not $50. You shouldn't charge Milton Teahjay $50. As a matter of fact, put that man in handcuff.
So you go and pay the $50.
If you have 3 phase meter, the fine will be $500 and we go onwards.
So you're not guessing. What is the law regarding that? They just make things up. When the other lady comes, she will contradict what he said. Listen.
You know you are not regularized. It's good for you to do that now.
This is a business. It's a commercial. You will pay the fine of $100.
Because they're $50 now, she's saying $100. They just make their own things up. The contract is not structured. All right, it's a business. The other man said different thing, and she's saying different thing.
Okay.
Business. This is a business. Selling electronic items. So the fine for a business is $100 United States.
Okay, how much are you going to charge criminal Milton Teahjay to? How much? How much are you going to charge him? And when are you going to charge him?
Okay, so the building not too far from where we came from. It is the residential building belonging to Senator Milton Teahjay. It belongs to Senator Milton Teahjay of Sinoe County. Yeah, so it's $50.
Yes, it's $50.
Okay, you go charge Milton Teahjay $50. No, the man, he's not supposed to get $50. He been stealing enough from the people. Now the man is going to go after first because he is the leader. You don't go after those small people there. Start from the leader first. But you know, the exploitation is the little man.
In a single phase meter is $50. Okay. So it's $50 single phase meter. But this is a commercial business with this. It's just a penalty.
Okay, that's it.
You see, this is the injustice I'm talking about. Milton Teahjay is the one that's supposed to be handcuffed. But an innocent man, the pressure, the putting, the terrorizing the man. That's Liberia for you. They go after the little man and they celebrate the real criminals. Look. You see, that's what they do. Go for Milton Teahjay. That's what you're supposed to do. Go for the real criminal in the Capitol building. Milton Teahjay is the one you're supposed to be treated like this. And that young men are trying to survive. He does not have your contract covered. He does not put money in the budget for himself. No. That man just trying to survive. And that the man you're going after. You'll go after criminal Milton Teahjay. You'll do the right thing for once. When we start going after the criminals, the real ones, then Liberia will start getting better. That's what you're supposed to do. Go for the very people that are over there that are pressurizing the people. You find out they don't pay anything every month. They don't pay anything. They'll say, oh, you know, I work with LDC, you know, I got the privilege, I got this one. That's what they do. But the young men are selling cold water. They're trying to sell color using that little power. That the man they put in the police car right now. And Milton Teahjay is sitting down in his office and they don't have the testicular, the balls to go for that criminal, put in the police truck, a vehicle, and carry him to the who's guard, to the prison. That's how horrible. Now this man is not your country's problem. It's people like Milton Teahjay that you are celebrating. This is your country problem right here. Not a young man you're doing all that nonsense to over there. This is the real criminal here. This is the man you got to go after. The man that's supposed to red bill. This is the man that's the real criminal here. You leave innocent people. You leave the innocent people alone. Liberia is a mess. The go, where is your man?
Okay, thank you. You know what was going here? Because the other rule. And you know
the real rudeness is what Milton Teahjay is doing to you. You know what real rudeness is? This is total rudeness right here. Let me show you. This is rudeness to you, the citizen of the country. When somebody can steal all the money and declare guilty, and you still call this is rudeness. This is the real rudeness that you have to go after. This is the real rudeness when a man would make people not to get jobs and call the district and bookers. That's the real rudeness. The man that will declare guilty, they put all the crimes on you, that the real rudeness you have to go after. Criminal conspiracy, criminal economic sabotage. These are the things that Milton Teahjay you got to go after that poor man. You think for once. The man that refused to sign for people to get jobs in his county, the people that he represents, that the man you gotta go. That the man got real rudeness. This is rude. When Milton Teahjay will write for people for the 6th person to leave payroll, that is real rudeness. You know the real rudeness when a man can eat $2 million or nearly $3 million. And Bano 74 project, that's real rudeness. That's what we're talking about. Not your man that's selling cool water. The man left Sinoe County account negative 27,000 real rudeness. That the man you gotta go after. This is the rudeness for true. When a man can sponsor you'll be in your capital building and say rape must be billable in the country. That the rudeness you have to go after. You leave that poor man alone.
What you're doing down there is not the right thing. You're not doing the right thing down there.
I can't continue with this video. These people that they don't know what they are doing. Go for Milton Teahjay. That's what you're supposed to do and leave that poor man alone. All right, guys. This is the voice of Sinoe ESOTERIC here. And these are the things we have to fix in our country. They go after innocent people and leave the real criminals alone. Yes. They leave them alone. They celebrate them. They're scared of them because they are so-called lawmakers. You made a man lawmaker and stealing from you, stealing power. You can pay for power, then you go for the little man who has no dealing with anything in that place. All right, let's go to the next thing I want to talk about. Let me talk about this quickly before I leave. New political face offices in Sinoe County District number 2. All right. So the politics of Sinoe County getting shape. Let me take that video down. All right. So Sinoe County 2023, people are coming up from all over the place and they want to lead, and so people are coming up. Right now, the incumbent in Sinoe County Electoral District number 2 is Sampson Wiah. And so far we know of Othello Kojo or Nambe, who is going against him. But recently we are seeing other faces now and they're coming. All right, so we got some faces. People are still coming out gradually. All right. So this young man is a recent one that just coming up. He wants to contest. Jones Kofa. All right, it's a new face. So Kofa wants to run in Sinoe County Electoral District number 2, 2023. All right. So it's the new political face. All right. And so as we get closer and closer to 2023, people will be coming from all over the place. All right. And it is up to you right now. And we are doing our groundwork as well to get some of these people with their profile to you, what they have done before, because that's one of the ways you can determine. It's not scientific, but at least it gives you some sort of idea of what the person has been doing before. You know, like in the case of Milton Teahjay, for example, you guys knew the history of Milton Teahjay and you put it on yourself. And that's why for the I mean, almost 9 years now, you are suffering. No, the only thing you receive in the news is disgrace, the man stealing and doing all those different things. But so young people are coming up. Jones Kofa is his constitutional right to participate. All right, so as time goes back, we'll be digging, and other people will say digging deeper, and to give you some of the profiles of these people, what they have done and what they want to do, and those things, okay? So that's the new face, Jones David Kofa is another guy that wants to run. He's aspiring try to run against Sampson Wiah. All right. Let me see here. Let me see another thing that I want to look at on the show today. All right, let's go to political speculation. What is in the political speculation room of our Voice of Sinoe? Well, last election 2017, this gentleman right here, Sampson, not Sampson, but I think Weber. Yeah, it's the last name I can remember. He contested, he came third in district number 3. I think Kolo came second, and then he came third to Kolo. So Rabbi Weber is coming back. Yense Weber, I think. We are told he is coming. That's his political speculation we are getting. He wants to come back again, make another comeback. All right, so that's something. And when he comes back, given the tribal lesson that Milton Teahjay then they introduced in the county, Sampson will have a leverage. Because if you look at the Sapo candidates, there are many. All right. So given that Mr. Weber contested, he came third during the last election. And given that he got a bunch of Sapo candidates in the race, if Mr. Weber is the only person from the crew belt, he has a greater chance of winning. You know, so let's see how the political variables will play out in 2023. But we are hearing that he wants to come back. I know when he's the only person from the crew side, of course, the guy has a huge chance, of winning that seat, because the votes, the Sapo votes will definitely be divided greatly. I mean, this is not tribalism, but it's the same thing in America. They have the African American votes, you got the Hispanic vote, and all of that. So based on your interest, but I don't want people to vote on tribal lines in Sinoe County. No, you got to vote on the basis of the person's record and what the person wants to do, the person's vision. That's what you have to vote on, not on tribalism. But again, the reality in the county, in the country, the tribalism is all over the place. Even though it's in the Constitution, they say that you do something to outlaw that. I mean, but nothing has been done about it. The president can issue, they say the president can issue an executive order to abolish tribalism in the country. The lawmakers, they can sponsor, they can do a bill to abolish tribalism in the country. They use the word eliminate. It's right in the Constitution. But no, the people, then some of the politicians, they survive on tribalism, so they can't make it, they can't outlaw it. No, they kind of, that's how they survive. You know, suppose Reverend Weah, I'm told, is coming back and thinking about it. I don't know whether he's financially there. I'm not too sure, but that's something I wanted to share with you on the show. All right. Let's talk about the president of Liberia. Other people say excellency. I don't know. He's an excellency. He's an excellent man of, I don't know, doing the wrong thing. I don't know. But VOSD is asking the question, is President Weah proud and excited about the plight of the Liberians too? All right. Because the president video is out there and he says he's proud of his son, of his son. You know, he's proud, he's excited. You know, so we are asking too, is the president proud of the plight, the economic degradation of the Liberian people? Is he proud of that as well? You see? Or he is only proud of his son. So let me just play. It's a short clip of the president and excited about his son, you know, playing the World Cup. So we want to know also whether the president is excited about, you know, the Liberian people, the condition. All right. So let me play the quick video here, and I will go to the next thing. So the president is excited, cheering for his son. Let's see. I got all these things popping up. All right, let's see. Let's play this video. I don't know why they got there.
Team Weah plays in the World Cup. Go team! I'm proud and excited to watch my son, Team Weah, plays in the World Cup. Go team! I'm proud and excited to watch my son, Team Weah, plays in the World Cup. Go team! I'm proud and excited to watch my son, Team Weah, plays in the World Cup. Go team! I'm proud and excited to watch my son, Team Weah, plays in the World Cup. Go team! I'm proud and excited to watch my son, Team Weah, plays in the World Cup. Go team!
All right, so the president is excited. And then parent will do that for sure. The man is proud and excited about his son to play in the World Cup. Okay, that's a wonderful thing for your personal, your parental obligation. You want to see your child doing well. Every parent will want that. But the fundamental question we are asking is the president also proud of Liberian people, their condition? Is he? Is the president, let me close that. I don't know why he's doing that. So we are asking whether the president is also proud of the Liberian people, their condition. Is he proud of the condition of the Liberian people? Or is he only proud of his son? The poor people that the president left and went to Qatar to watch out of the country for 1 month, you know, is he proud of the condition of the people? I mean, we just want
proud and excited to watch my son, Team Weah, plays in the World Cup.
Okay. So is the president also proud of the condition of the Liberian people? That's the question we are asking.
Go team!
Can you say the same about the Liberian people, Mr. President? Can you?
I'm proud and excited.
Can the president say the same about the Liberian people, their condition? Almost 6 years in power. Can you say you are proud of the plight of the people in a village in Zorzor in Lofa County? Can you also say, Mr. President, you are proud and you can cheer the people of somewhere in Broad Data in Nema County in the village? Mr. President, can you say you're also proud of the people somewhere in Grand Bassa County in the village or in the city itself that are struggling? Can you say the same about the people in Riverside? Can you say the same about the people in Bongo Jide in Sinoe County, in Vubadi, Sinoe County? Can you say that about them? Are you proud of those people, their condition? Mr. President, the people are suffering. Other people say you are the father of the nation. If you are a father of the house, and one child is only doing, as a matter of fact, Tim is not a child of Liberia. He's not a Liberian citizen. He's a citizen of the United States. If you are a father and you have, let's just say, 20 children, and only one person is doing good, and the rest are suffering, what does it say about you as a father? Are you a good father? The Liberia, they say George Weah is the father of the Liberian people because he's the president, even though I don't hold that view. But the last time I checked, the population of Liberia plus or minus about 6 million, 5 million, or 5 million. But of the 5 million, if you look at the PAPD, the President Proposed Agenda for Development, Prosperity, all that thing in the book, if you read that, they say they want to take 1 million people out of poverty, for example. Can George Weah say that in his nearly 6 years in power, he got 1 million people out of poverty? Is he proud of his legacy right now in the country? He is proud of his son playing the World Cup, and he left the people. He is out of the country and celebrating. His finance minister came the other day on Spoon TV, and the people asking Mr. Finance Minister, how much did you spend for the president to go watch soccer game? And the man refused to tell the people. Are you proud of Samuel Todd concealing your income from the people on the amount that you took over there to celebrate, to be proud of Team Weah alone? Are you proud, Mr. President, for the fact that the people don't have roads in the country? Are you proud of the country as well? Are you proud that the people are struggling right now? They are sleeping in darkness. LDC is going around and cutting their lights because they don't have employment. They're sleeping in darkness and you are enjoying AC somewhere in Qatar. Are you proud of that as well, Mr. President? And so when you are proud of your domestic, your family at home, how about the national family? Are you proud of your national family? Are you excited about them? Are you excited that your fellow brothers and sisters are the children of your country? Again, they say the president is the father of the nation. Are you proud that some of your children are called Zogos? Are you proud of that, Mr. President? Are you proud that corruption is going on in the country and nobody has been held accountable? Are you proud, Mr. President, that a lawmaker such as Milton Teahjay will be declared guilty for corruption and he's still a lawmaker in the country? Are you proud of that, Mr. President? I think when you are proud, when you are excited, it should go across the board. It should not be only about your child, about your children, because in Liberia, the politicians, for sure, they can brag about the success of their children. But can they also brag and be excited about the children of the people that get their votes to you? Can you also say that about them? The underserved schools in the country that your children are not going to. Are you proud of those schools? And so the excitement, the joy should be across the board, Madam President. I want the father or the mother in Bongo Jide, in Tuba Town, in Besson Town, or somebody in Reboji, somebody in Bapolu County, or somebody in the poor woman in Bomi. They should also say, I am proud of my son or my daughter. They want to say the same thing. Can they also say that, Mr. President? Because that's how we measure your benchmark as a president. That's how we measure how well you are doing. What the people are saying about their children on your watch. Okay? You are celebrating your son. You took our money and you are in Qatar and celebrating. Can we also celebrate our children? The Constitution says, we the people. We the people, can we say the same thing that you are saying about your children or your child, Mr. President? You are excited. Can we also take our children for vacation? Do we have the opportunity to do so? When our child or children, when they are sick, do we have the opportunity to fly them out of the country because you guys don't trust the hospitals in the country? And so you don't even attempt in the first place the 14 military hospital. George Weah has not gone there to get Illinois. Samuel Todd has not gone there. Are you also proud that those institutions, JFK, for example, is a death trap? My own cousin, he had to fly out of the country to go to Nigeria. I will not call his name to get treatment. Because the infrastructure in the country is horrible. Are you proud of that, Mr. President? And so I'm not against the president as being excited for his biological son. But I also want the parents, the poor people that are not president, that are not senators, that are not ministers, so too they can rejoice. Can they rejoice too over the success of their children? I don't see it. I don't see it. And it's up to the Liberian people. 2023, To put a president there or a man there who never had a private jet, when you're a UN ambassador, when you're a war soccer star, when you're a peace ambassador, when you was a senator, he never had a private jet. And the first year in office, he had a private jet. It's up to the Liberian people. It is up to the Liberian people to put red carpet down when right now they can't get power. They are sleeping in darkness. It's up to them. It is up to the Liberian people to re-elect a man who never had 47 horses when you were war best, when you was a senator, when you were a UN ambassador, when you never had 47 horses. And now in first year in office, you got 47. It's up to the Liberian people. I'm not campaigning against the president, but I'm just telling the Liberian people, it's up to you. It's up to you to elect a man or to re-elect a man who never had Lexus, the brand new one. The man who never had sport cars and he had a collection of them right now. It's up to you. It's up to you to put red carpet down and read and go to the ballot box and support him. But in as much that man will not seek your interests, and I mean, your children don't have food at home. It's not like your children, again, they say like George Weah is the father of the nation. But majority of the people, they hardly get it to eat. And the father somewhere celebrating and having party. What kind of father is that? What does it say about this father that will leave the children hungry and you will take the money, put it in your pocket and go somewhere to celebrate? Only one child. What does it say about the character of the president? What does it say about this father? Does he care for the children? I would say no. I would say no. He doesn't care for the people. He cares for his family. And Samuel Toy and the people that are around him, those are the people he cares about. Even though the Crow report indicted Samuel Toy, the presidential task force report they indicted Samuel Toy of squandering the people money. But no, that a man friend, that a bad friend, so they can stay there and steal from the people. But they don't go rejoice. They go somewhere and celebrate. Are other countries' president in Qatar? Yes. The last time I checked, I was reading an article, Paul Kagame is also there in Qatar. But does it make sense for Paul Kagame to go there? Yes. The people of Rwanda are doing well on his watch. George Weah is sending people to Rwanda. The senator, they are sending people to Rwanda to go seek advanced education because of the policy of Paul Kagame. So it makes sense for Paul Kagame to go to watch soccer game because the children are not hungry at home. No, they are not. They are not cutting their power. Paul Kagame does not have a problem with that. I saw like the Egyptian president, Egypt is doing well in Africa, relatively speaking. But it is not the case of Liberia. So it doesn't make sense for the president to go out there, put money in your pocket, we don't know the amount, and you're celebrating one child who is not the Liberian. Even though he's the president of the Liberian people. But the children that he is leading, the children are crying. They are hungry. They are malnourished. Their health condition is deplorable. People are robbing them. People are raping them. But nothing is being done. He calls himself feminist in chief. But women are being raped. Lawmakers are sponsoring a rape bill to make rape legal in the country. So I'm asking our president, is President Weah also proud and excited about the plight of the Liberians too? The people that he is leading? Is he excited? All right, so that's something I wanted to talk about. I just think he doesn't care. That I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I didn't say George Weah soccer time, he didn't go to refugee camp to give people food. I'm not saying that. I'm saying as a president of the country, is he proud of the condition of the country? Because in order to celebrate, your children must be doing good. And not one child who is out of the country. But the millions of children in the country, they are suffering. But our president is in Qatar. He is excited and proud of one child. All right. That's something we wanted to talk about on VOSD. Let me go to a little bit of like American politics quickly. So the Speaker of the House, the former Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, predicted the fate of the Republican Party. Let me see something. I got a video about it. I took it down. Let me get that video. I want to get a video quickly for us here. All right, just a quick video here, nothing too long. I just want to do a little bit of American politics here, and we'll go to our usual stuff. So we have that was the President Weah over there. Let me take the president down. I want to do a little bit of American politics here. The former speaker is not a regular man. So I just wanted to see what Paul Ryan had to say.
Interview since leaving office. Ryan is now out with a new book, American Renewal, a conservative plan to strengthen the social contract and save the country's finances. He also happens to be the last Republican to serve as Speaker of the House. We began by discussing the legacy of his successor, Nancy Pelosi.
It's an impressive legacy. I mean, obviously, she and I usually disagree on things, but first woman speaker, a career to be proud of. And frankly, I think about her husband, Paul, a lot these days. I just feel so awful about what happened to them. She has an incredible legacy and career to look back on.
The midterms, I think I saw you had predicted that at least 15 seats, Republicans would pick up at least 15. What happened?
A couple of factors, but I personally think the evidence is really clear. The biggest factor was the Trump factor. Just look at how. All
right, so he's saying the reason why the Republican, they lost the election, the midterm election, is because of the Trump factor, Donald Trump. He predicted that the Republican would get at least 15 seats. But he said the involvement of Donald Trump, that what led to the defeat. Listen to him.
How Kristen Sununu ran ahead of Bullock in New Hampshire. Look at where Kemp ran ahead of Walker in Georgia. So I think we would have clearly have won the Senate had we had traditional Republicans in the general election, like these governors did. I think we would have won places like Arizona, places like Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, had we had a typical traditional conservative Republican, not a Trump Republican. So I think what we know.
So the Trump Republicans, he said, those people, they are too extreme, all right? And that's what led to the defeat of the Republican Party. All right? Listen to him. So the man predicting the fate of his own party. He's a Republican.
Now, no, it's pretty clear is with Trump we lose. So I don't mean this personally. It's just
he says, clear, with Trump, we lose. All right? We can succeed with Trump.
Evidence. We lost the House in 18, we lost the presidency in 20, we lost the Senate in 20, and now in 2022, we should have and could have won the Senate. We didn't. And we have a much lower majority in the House because of that Trump factor. So
the Trump factor again. So the man is predicting the Republicans Party 2024 fate. He said, with Trump on the ballot, we can make it. Listen to him.
I think it's palpable right now. We get past Trump, we start winning elections. We stick with Trump, we keep losing elections.
All right. When we get past Trump, we will win election. When we stick with Trump, we'll keep failing. Because the American people, they are not looking for the extreme Trump people, kind of people. No, you're going to be somewhere in the middle, at least. You can be extreme.
That's just how I see it.
But he had incredible power in the primaries. Yeah. I mean, his candidates won in the Republican primaries almost across the board.
That's the point. He can get his people through the primaries, but they can't win general elections. So
that's the point. You can get into the primary, but they can't win general election. He gave you a whole track record how to beat Trump and his supporters.
Really clear. I think the Republican voter is going to move on. That's why I don't think he ends up winning the nomination at the end of the day. I think we have a great.
And he predicted that Trump is not going to win the Republican nomination. No, he's not going to win it.
Stable of good, capable conservatives who are more than capable of winning this primary for presidency and winning the election. And I think Republican voters know that. So that's why I think our voters ultimately who really want to win are gonna give us candidates who can win.
What will it mean to the Republican Party if he actually wins the nomination again?
We probably likely lose the White House.
All right. We probably likely lose the White House when Trump wins the nomination. All right. So that's the former Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. All right. The last Republican Speaker of the House. He said when Trump wins the election or the nomination for the Republican Party, well, they will lose the White House.
We just did in 20. So I think we probably lose the White House with Trump. And if there's someone not named Trump, my guess is we win the White House.
But if I'm saying if he wins the general election, if he becomes president again, I mean, the way Liz Cheney has put it, it's like an existential threat to the country.
I just don't think he's going to. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he'll win.
He's just unelectable.
I think he's.
A man doesn't even think that Trump will be nominated. He will be elected.
He's unelectable because that suburban voter. You think he's more popular since the 2020 election with the swing voter in America or less?
No.
No evidence of that at all. But he does seem to have a hold on a good chunk of the Republican Party. Whether or not it's a majority, we'll see.
That's right. But I think he's going to continue to lose altitude because we want to win. And we know with him, we lose. We have a string of losses to prove that point. And there are a lot of really good, capable conservatives who people, I think, like that are more than capable of not only being good conservatives in office, but can win elections.
As you know, the fear that Republicans have had, and this goes back to 2015 when he first announced, the fear that they have is that Donald Trump loses the primary, but then marches across the street and declares he's an independent candidate.
Then he gives the left the country. And I think he would not want to be blamed for doing that.
So you.
All right. So instead of man goes independent, you will get the Democrats the country. That will be a disaster for Republicans. All right. So just a little bit of the former speaker.
I think that he has the ability
look, I don't talk to him, so I don't know what's going on in his mind. Look, here's how I was not an ever Trumper.
You were a speaker. I mean,
I governed with him, and I'm very proud of those days. I'm proud of the accomplishments of the tax reform, the deregulation.
All right, so that's the former Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, over there. It's clear he's now in favor of Trump, and I'm not too sure whether the Republicans would nominate Trump to be their candidate again. With all these, different charges against him on an investigation and all those things. But you know that American politics is deep, and so we don't want to go into all of that. But the big guys are saying Paul Ryan is not a small potato in the Republican Party, and he's saying Trump, when it's possible that he wins the nomination for the party, but nationally he's not going to win. All right. And he also not optimistic that Trump will win the nomination. And the man asking for the possibility of Trump going independent, what will happen is then the Democrat will take the country, the left, they will take the country. So the Republicans, I think the guy from DeSantis, I think from California, I think he's a cool guy there. Maybe that's the direction the guys are looking right now. But okay, that's the little bit of American politics over there. Let me do my last thing that I want to talk about today. I'll call it a day on VOSD. All right. This is what I want to talk about on VOSD before I leave. The last thing. All right. This is the last thing I want to talk about. The need to correct historical blunders in Liberia. All right. That's something I want to talk about. The need to correct historical blunders in Liberia. I've seen a lot of historical blunders in the country, right? And the context in which some of those things were constructed, I understand it, or they were established. I understand it right now. But the people that fought for the domination of the one-party system and those things that they instituted, the one-party system is no longer in the country. And the legacy of the people that the progressives, they fought against in Liberia, there's still some of the progressives, they are holding top positions in the country, but yet still the hand marks marks of the people that call the tyrant, the oligarchs. Their hand marks are all over in the country. Their symbols are all over the country. And so I'm saying that there is a need. When something is a need, there is a difference between need and want. When something is a need, you can't do without it. All right? When something is one is optional. So I'm saying we must correct some historical blunders in Liberia. And I will start from my own county. Now, in Sinoe County, as in Liberia, when the Europeans came here, they met the Indians here. And then they took over and they started to name things, and they gave names to things. So the same in Liberia, when the American Liberians, when they went there, they took power, they met our people on the ground. And our people, they got names for their creeks, for their rivers, for their towns and those things. They got names for those things. But when the American Liberians, when they went over to Liberia, they replicated everything that the people did to them here in the West. They went there. So the Sinoe River, for example, Sinoe, as a matter of fact, is not a Liberian name. Our people get their name, Sinoe. All right, that's the name. I don't know Sinoe, whether it's original to our people, but we have to find out. I still doing my research to find the indigenous names. What names our people were calling teams before the people then got there, right? So, but anyway, the people went there to call that place now where we occupy in the southeast, they call it Sinoe. And our major landmarks, you got Mississippi Street. As a matter of fact, Sinoe was called Mississippi in Africa. But our people had a name for that land. But the people call it different name. They changed our people's stuff to their own stuff, or stuff that they do not understand. They copy what their slave masters did to them, and they carry the same system over there. So you have the Port of Greenville that is named after James E. Green, a tyrant, an oppressor of the people. It's not James E. Green or Alfred Ross, not James E. Green. That is supposed to be named after James E. Green. The Port of Greenville is after Alfred Ross, the man that suppressed the people. So where are the elders that owned the land before these people came? These things, we have to start to change some of these things in the country. It's not right for us to bear our oppressors' names. No. So I'm saying we need to correct historical blunders, because those are huge blunders that we are still living. Okay, you can't have a river in Monserrato, even though Monserrato, the people that are over there, they got their own name. I want to say they call it Trubo. How people call it. The other languages, they got a name for it. But you take a name in Monserrato or a river and call it St. John River. And you take the name that our people gave it, Trubo, for example. So it's a historical blunder. And just the same way, I think my parent Ed, when they call me Kenten, I am not Caucasian. But they say, I understand the perspective where they were coming from. They say, oh, the man that was the bush manager for the company at the time, my father was there, so they named me because I was light skinned, and I'm glad that I changed to the color. You know? So because of that man, because he was a white man my father was working with, and so because the man was a white man, I was a little light skinned, so they call me Kenten. And that's why I changed my own name. I call myself Dak Sayopode. Esoteric. I got my own name. I respect my parents what they did. Yes. So I'd rather call myself Sayopode than to call myself Kenten. No, I'm not. I'm not from Europe. I was born in Africa. So I want the African name. Sayopoda is better for me. I love that. I call myself Dak. Dark skin man. I just added the E and call myself Dak. You can't change my identity, because when you do that, then you are saying somebody else owns me. Because once you put your name on something, that person who put the name is the owner of that thing. So for example, when you get a dog, you give the dog a name because the dog is yours. Your parents gave you a name because they own you. In a sense, when you're a baby, you don't make decisions for yourself. And so the people, they make some historical blunders in the country. I was over there, 2020, and they call it a street lynch, street in Liberia, lynch. And the word lynch came from the name of Willie Lynch, a slave master in the West Indies who wrote a letter how to make a slave. And from his name and last name, Willie Lynch, that's where they got lynching from, where they can put rope on somebody's neck and they hang you up. And we got a street in Liberia called Lynch or Lynch Street. But with the progressives, they are in power. The indigenous people, they are majority in power, but they have no reason to change some of these things to reflect the country, to reflect the people, the real owners of the country, their names, their identity. So I'm saying we have to change these historical blunders. You can't have somebody from way in a village inside and you call him man John. That's misrepresentation of yourself. So we have to go back to the drawing board. I will say that you say the truth, we party, they suppress you, but their whole infrastructure they settle in the country. When you go to your Capitol building, the team they settle that, why the people still follow. Then what is your creativity as the new forces that came? You call yourself progressives. You maintain the status quo, but then you vilify the people, whatever infrastructure they put in place, you still have it in place. You follow that. But then you are still living in slavery. So the first thing to do when you say you are independent is to change what your slave master gave you. Change those things. Get to your real self. And so when you look places in Nigeria, real era, the man will call himself Okuchuku Chaka. That's the man. When somebody from China, when they call their name, Ni Guanju, whatever name, you know where the person is from. But Liberian, so now you call your name, nobody knows where you're from. They say, oh, man, maybe that man from the West. So who are we? Let us go back to our identity. Let representing what they are. We can't have our river called St. John River, St. Paul River. No, that's not the names our people gave those rivers. We got to start changing those things. And so the leaders, come on. I just try to understand why our people think the way they think. Why? We start to think for ourselves. We need to change those historical blunders. We can't be living the history of our oppressors. It just doesn't hold. It doesn't make you have, now that you have gained your independence, when you are an independent person, you build your own edifice. You deconstruct those things that your slave master put in place. But you cry about the miracle Liberian, they did this, that, the ACA, this, that. They say the Christian nation, even though they suppress the majority, but they say that Christian nation, and they getting Christian names and those things, and you still take it. Even though our people, they were not Christians, when the people came, the Christianized the people. It's a way of telling you that, I am in charge of you right now. And so, I'm the one in possession of the land now, and so I would name things the way I feel. Okay, now you are now in charge of your own land. Why you still got the names of your masters? Why? Why you name your capital city after James Monroe, who was the slave master, who suppressed people, your own people, but you name your capital city after the man? Something is wrong. It's about time that we start to change some of these things. Bush Raw Island. That's how people call it? It was the name? No. So we got to call to the elders. What was the name of the place? Before the people came here, what was the name of this place? Let us give her the real name. We can read right now, we can spell those names. So before then, the people would say, when you call yourself, then they say, oh, I can't spell that name too long. So you put that, oh, I'll call you different name. No. So we have to go back to our original selves. That's the first way. That's the first thing you do when you say you are independent. But other guys, then they say they're speaking big people in the Capitol building, they are both people, but they can't do the basics. They can't do those things that they're supposed to do to reflect yourself. What is our national identity? Liberia is not an English country, but if you look at your constitution, they say, oh, we must do business in English. What about doing business in Sapo, in Va, in Gio, in Loma? What is wrong with that? And the Chinese, they do business in their language. The Japanese, they do business in their language. So we say we are free people, but we keep borrowing and living the legacy of oppression. Come on, people. When the day you put me in the Capitol building, a lot of things will change. Because the people, I got a whole list of things that we have to change already. Yes. The people that only there to pass deals and talk about, man, I'm reading I want to build. I want little thing to chop. Now, what do people think about? What do they think about? It's sad for our country. And so I'm talking about those things, they are historical blunders. I don't see Ball Grade Street inside. No? I don't have Ball Grade Irene. I don't see the chiefs. The people that are defending our people against what do you call them, the frontier foes that, let the people, let get our heroes and heroines. Let's celebrate the people. Let's name things after them. We can't be celebrating the legacy of people that oppress us. We got to get back to ourselves. You know, the people got their saying that Ghana people, I think they say Sankofa. Return to your root. Return to yourself. We need a Sankofa revolution in Liberia to go to our root, to be ourselves, to take away those things, the false things that people give us. All right, guys. Just a little bit. I wanted some of the things. So I'm looking at our country and see what's the problem. What's the problem? We got a lot of issues. They are just glaring. They're just all over the place. All over the place. Okay, the people were in charge of the nation. And so they had the power. But the political power is not in your hands. Of the owner, the original owner of the land. So why are you still living the legacy of people that oppress you, that you fought against? Why are you still calling yourself James? You're calling yourself Matthew. You're calling yourself Madison. And you can't call yourself Sayapode. Why? What is wrong with your original names? When we come to America and someone the other man speaking raw Liberian English. So what is wrong with your own language? When the Chinese man comes in and speaks raw Chinese, right? Japanese man, the man speaks raw Chinese. But we try to even run away from who we are. You know, something is wrong with us. We are dislocated. We are decentered. We got to put ourselves back in the center. Yes, we got to. And that was some of us, and that's why I'm in the area of philosophy, to be ourselves. And I think if you are not listening to, or you are not read any of the book, Mr. Manafi Asante is a man. The creator of Afrocentricity, for example. The man talking about African centeredness. To get rid of the Eurocentrism that we are living back home. You know? We look at things from the Eurocentric perspective and not from the Afrocentric perspective. From our way of seeing the world. Let's make the people to come and say, oh, this is how the people see it. But we always want to be follower of other people's things. I'm talking about we need to correct the historical blunders in Liberia that are laid out all over the place. From your capital city, you call it Morovia after James Monroe. What did Jim Monroe do for you? The man was a slave owner. So you are celebrating the man for suppressing you? The Abraham Lincoln and they were all slave owners. So guys, we got to get back to ourselves. Sankofa, return to your roots. I want Vonjama. That's our indigenous people. Sinokuli, that is me for the place. Besumbli, Kabade, Sion, Putu, Swedru. That's I mean, we are getting back to ourselves, but certain things we are not getting it right. Nima. I don't know that the people get that Nima is the Greek people name. Vonjama, Bapolu. I mean, so we have to start to give our people, our teens names the way our people call them. If it's hard for you, learn it. And we can go to school and start learning all these different long, what the both people will call sesquipedalian words. You know, long word with many polysyllabic or polysyllabic word with many syllables. I mean, I will sit down here and say frosted national hair purification, but I can't say Sayopo there. Sayopo at a hard name. I can't say Jabawolo. And a hard name. What is wrong with if you can pronounce numeral ultra macroscopic silicovokinokonios? Why you can't say Jabawolo? What is wrong with that? It's not difficult to let somebody, you force the people to learn your name. So now people can hear somebody named Zoe. Then the people start calling you Zoe. Then you take it. Your name is not Zoe. Your name is Zoe. Tell the person say my name is not Zoe, it's Zoe. I used to have my classmate back in the day in Minnesota. Rasmussen. The man's name is spelled S-A-R-D, you know, but they got the accent key on it. And so his name is Saeed. But the people will call him Say. He said, no, my name is Say. It's Saeed. Call my name the way I want it. My own sister, what your name? My name Buller. No, your name is not Buller. Buller. That's your name. And they come up begin to go call him Chinese boy. They may change the name. You're not Chinese boy. You're not China man. You're not from China. So we have to start to redefine ourselves to reflect us, to be us. When they call your name, they say, yeah, that man from Liberia. What is our Liberian identity, by the way? What is Liberian identity? Maybe our accent. But someone say, when you were afraid, oh man, that other man can be talking wrong. You got to change your tongue. When an American man goes to Liberia, he changes his tongue to speak like you, to sound like you. When a Chinese man goes there, he tries to sound like you. No, they remain themselves. So why, when you go somewhere, you can be proud of your own accent? What makes you? You know? So we are decentered. We are decentered. And we have to put our own thing in the center. The way we value our thing, our people respect it. If you don't value your own thing, nobody will value it. All right? American man goes to your plane, go on the radio, you can change your tone around and try to sound like you, but when Kanye say we want the people to understand what speech is, hey, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you know, I'm American. No, you speak like Sahia put that. Be like me, be your original self. When the person don't understand you, okay, you gotta listen. You are not listening. Now why you not understand me? Why Kanye I can listen to, I can understand your CV, but you can't understand my own. You gotta listen. You are not listening to me. And that's why you are not understanding me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just talking about we got to correct the historical blunders in Liberia, starting from Sinoe County, and start calling my county Mississippi in Africa. It's not Mississippi. No, it's Sinokuli. Call the player name. That's Sinokuli. I was Sinokuli. We are Sinokuli people. I won't be changing the whole day. You're living the legacy of the people you say you fought against. Yes. Call yourself Panto. That's the name there, that's your name. Panto. I see people say William. How you call yourself some man named William? Emilia. Emilia. But Teahjay. Hey, that's the name that Teahjay. What Teahjay? Teahjay. Who else I can see here? Who name? Yeah, my elder got to change the first name. James. No, that's a name. Panto. That's the real name there. Kola. You see my chair lady, imagine, you know, that's a real sample woman. The Liberian, imagine, you know. But estimating what you want that answer about me. You see? So that was Lloyd, you know, you got to change that in Jetta, okay, for you. Jetta for you. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the voice of Sinoe in the diaspora with Esoteric. I want to say thank you so much for following us. We'll see you again next week, Monday, beginning at 11 a.m. But we're trying to again readjust the schedule. So maybe we'll push our time to 3. I'm thinking about that again. Yes, 3 will be better now. I think so. But you know, any adjustment we make, we'll keep you posted. We want to say thank you so much for following us. That's how you put us a happy birthday in 27 November. But thanks. Okay. All right. That one is a birthday. Okay. I thought today was a birthday. I saw people saying birthday to you or something. All right. All right. So guys, we want to say thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out.